back to Sister Talk. I am your host, JM, and this is my co-host.
I'm Tatiana. Today we're going to be talking about our businesses. It'll be just us today, like we always do, a few episodes with our guests and then a few episodes with just us. We have touched on our businesses and our goals and aspiration video from season 1. But today we're just going to talk just about our business. We talked about our overall life goals and aspirations. So today is strictly business. I do want to start off with an icebreaker. I would like to ask JM and myself, what do you say when people say, what do you do for a living?
Typically, when someone asks me, what do I do for a living? I always say like I'm a boss or whatever, because I have multiple businesses. Or I say I'm a stay-at-home girlfriend because I don't have like a 9-to-5. And I just say that because it's funny or whatever, but I am kind of a stay-at-home girlfriend. So, but mostly a boss. I see myself as a boss. I am a boss, gonna be the biggest boss. Boss. What about you?
For me, I am a waitress. I think I've mentioned it on here before. I'm a part-time waitress. So usually I'll say that I'm a waitress part-time, and then I have a business where I make candles and stuff, transparent blends. I brought that up, or I decided to add that question as an icebreaker today because I went to an event where the woman, it was for Black women and their businesses. So I was like a vendor for transparent blends. So she told people, or basically brought up, like when people ask you, what do you do for a living? Saying like, oh, I work at Chase and I have a small business called XYZ. Like she said that you should say, oh, I have a big business and then I work at Chase on the side, even if the job might be your main source of income or how you live day to day. Just like basically speaking certain things into existence. So James already on the right track. It's me who needs to get on the right track and start saying that. But I do like that she put that into her speech, and it was a beautiful event. I love like any event where it's like those Black leaders. I like those type of events. So yeah.
Well, also I wanted to add, you do always like let people know that you make candles and you have a business. So you might not start off with it, but at least it's in there already, you know, because we are new business owners with different businesses. I mean, we do have years under our belt, but yeah, it's still new. It's always growing. So yeah. So to start off, I wanted to ask, just so you can let the people know a little more about your business as far as like what you do and how long you've been in business and how they can shop. Do you have a store online or things of that sort?
Okay, so I have an online business. It's transparentblends.com. I sell candles, wax melts, and soap. It's all handmade by me. I started back October 25th of last year. So this October 25th will be my 1-year anniversary. I just like different like scents and different essential oils and stuff already. Like I had a diffuser, so I just decided that like I already like really like candles. So I just one day decided to make candles and then added soaps, and now I make wax melts as well. And then my second business would be Sister Talks, of course. We started in May, first week of May for Mother's Day. And that was our season 1 episode. It was our season 1. And we did that for about 4 months. We took a break recently. And then now you guys know that we're back for season 2. We planned for about a month. And then we just started like getting people and filming. And it's been great.
Okay, so my businesses, I have an online boutique, a Lotus Culture Closet, and you can shop there at lotusculturecloset.com. It's in my bio on my Instagram, so go support. But it's an online boutique. It's our 2-year anniversary just passed September 25th as well. So we both started our business on the 25th. So that's something cool to think about. Yeah, I started the business because I like fashion. I like dressing up. And I actually had a shopping addiction. and it helped with my shopping addiction. But what made me like really jump into it was the pandemic, where when they closed down the stores and we couldn't really shop. And yeah, we were supposed to like stay in the house, but you know, it was like a month of like misery of not doing nothing. Like, yeah, no. So I was like, me and my sister Kiana, she is also a co-owner. We started the business, started shopping like with different vendors, and it's been great ever since. This is actually a Lotus Culture piece sweater for the fall collection. It's really cozy and it's really affordable. My second business is Provision. Been in business for about 4 years now. Started back in February of 2018. It's actually a business for my brother, in honor of my brother. It's his business that he would have wanted to start, but he wasn't able to. So we started it for him. It's more so of a family business. I just, took the role on taking it on right now. Hopefully it grows where everybody can have their own little input or whatever in it. And you can support. We have an Instagram page, and you can just DM. I'm working on a website because I don't know which route I want to go. So that's still under construction. And my third business is Sister Talks, the podcast that you are listening to today. Like she said, we started back the week of Mother's Day. We talked about it way before then. We filmed our first with all our sisters, and then we put it out, and we've been great ever since. And I love it.
And then I would like to add that I also have a Lotus Culture Closet. Lotus Culture Closet has like basic pieces, which I love basic and plain clothes, and it also has like more jazzier pieces or prints and that type of stuff. So I have on like a burgundy like t-shirt dress. I have this in yellow, like a mustard yellow, I believe too. So yeah. And then if you ever see us burning a candle, it's Transparent Lenses candle. I have one from the summer collection.
And mine is from the Valentine's collection. It's the Love collection. This is actually my favorite candle. It was like different variants of pink. Pink is my favorite color. It's Tiana's favorite color as well. As you can see, it goes with the decor. So perfect for today. So as we talked about our businesses, so now we're going to get into a couple of questions as far as business. And the first question is, when do you plan on just being strictly self-employed, where your business is paying all your bills and stuff? And is having businesses like a full-time job or more?
Obviously, if I could live off my businesses tomorrow, I would. But I'm patient. I'm hoping within like the next like 5 to 7 years, because I don't mind. Like I do want to, see what the work field is like. But hopefully 5 to 7 years, and I don't really care to live off of like one thing. I'm hoping Sister Talks, it's like flourishing, Transparent Blends is flourishing, and then I think I would have time to even do like a third thing and just do all three of my things, like, and just like love what I do and live off of it. So they don't have to be like that much each. They can all be like a few that all contribute to my lifestyle. So hopefully 5 to 7 years. I'm patient. And then do I feel like it's a full-time job? It depends. Like my candle business, it takes me a good amount of time because I like make the stuff. So I do know when I'm selling more products, like it's probably gonna be more than a 40-hour week type thing. And then Sister Talks too, like it takes a little bit less time because I have like someone that I work with. So I would say if I'm doing like three different things, it'll definitely be like more than a full-time job. And then I have talked to like a family friend, and she used to like live off of like a business she had where she basically did like nursery stuff basically. And she went back to work after years because it just became like too much for her. So when she went back to work, she said that it's like way easier just to go into work than it is to like run your own business. So So yeah, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people know that like your business is 24/7. You should always like you're always probably like thinking of stuff, coming up with new ideas. You're always promoting because if you're not gonna promote your stuff, then who is? Um, so yeah, but I think if you love it, then it won't feel like a full-time job.
For me, I feel like I can see it real soon, like any of my business flourishing. I want them all to flourish equally. I don't want one bigger than the other one. I just want them all to flourish. I see it soon. I don't really have a time stamp where I can say, oh, in the next 2 years or whatever. Like Tatiana said, I'm patient or whatever. I know it takes time and I want to be prepared for it because I know it's slowly working its way out or whatever. So I know when it hit. So I'm cool right now. Taking my time. I'm not like satisfied obviously with how it's going as far as like it could be better, but it also what I could be putting more into it as well. So yeah, I'm not gonna put a timeline. I can see it in the very near future that all my businesses are gonna be flourishing. And like Tatiana said as well, I can see myself adding something else to the
Mhm.
as far as like cooking, like we were thinking about cooking, having a cooking channel or whatever, because we all like to cook and learn new things, try new recipes. So everybody in my house like cooking. Tatiana like cooking, so we were gonna try to do something with that. And it's just more so of fun more than work. Like I don't
Yeah.
it's work. And as far as the full time, is it a full time job or more? I feel like it's more, but it's no clocking out. Like it's not like to me full time work. If you don't like your job, you don't want to be there. But if you love your business and you are motivated to grow on your business, it's enjoyable. So I feel like you're never off because you, like Tatiana said, you have to promote, you have to think about ways to bring out new things and be better. So you're always thinking about how to be better, how to be bigger, what I need to do next. So it's never like off, but it's okay because it's yours. And if you don't want to work for yourself, then you definitely not nobody else gonna want to work for you. So I feel like it's more, but it's enjoyable for the full time.
Yeah. I think because like for sister talks, we already talk a lot. I like asking people questions and like learning new perspectives. I like making candles and soaps. Like JM said, she likes to shop and she likes to put stuff together. She's that person that like you might have that one friend that everyone's like, does this look okay? Or what do you think I should pair with this? Like JM is that person. So the fact that they own a boutique, and my sister Kiana too, like she likes to dress up and stuff too, the fact that they own a boutique is so like fitting for them. It's like doing something that they love. And then the cooking, I love to cook now. I like to bake now too. And then we have like different like eating styles kind of. So like I think if we did do the cooking thing, we could like offer stuff to people that maybe don't eat red meat, or my sister's boyfriend like is vegan, so she might learn how to cook a few like vegan dishes. So I think that'd be cool. But if you love what you do, like JM said, like I don't think it's gonna feel like work. It's gonna be like obviously you're gonna be tired sometimes, but it's gonna be like, oh, my business.
Like today, I didn't feel like filming. I was just like not feeling. I'm like tired, exhausted, but I know I have to get up. I know that we need to keep giving you guys content because you guys are like breaking down our inbox to see us. So course I'm gonna get up and give you guys what you're asking for. But yeah, like I didn't feel it. I wasn't feeling it today or whatever. But this, like having my podcast, give me reasons to just put on makeup and get dressed, do my hair a little bit, put a cute top on because my bottoms are comfortable. But yeah, so I love like doing this. Like I love like just talking and hope that I touch somebody or help somebody with whatever the subject is on that particular episode, because I learned a lot from talking to people and hearing different perspectives and different groups and age people like taught me a lot of things. So I'm wise because of something like a podcast, but just in person. So hopefully you guys could take stuff from the podcast and deal with it in your regular life. And, so that's why I like the podcast business. So it's enjoyable for me. Mm-hmm. So also stay tuned for the cooking. Don't know exactly when, but it's definitely coming.
Yeah. So now I wanted to touch on what a typical day for our business might look like. I can touch on mine first and then my side of Sister Talks. So for Transparent Blends, if I have a collection, I order the labels and stuff like a few weeks in advance. Once the labels come in, then I'll start like redoing my website, or I'll start doing my website before that and like make it whatever theme it is. Like when it's Christmas, it's probably going to be like red and green or something like that. And then I'll just start making products once like probably the website and the labels are in. And then that's that for Transparent Blends. For Sister Talks, it's a partnership, obviously. So I write the outline like today, if it's like business, I wrote like give a background, on it. And then like just a few like talking points that we wanted to address. So I do the outline. It's pretty simple. It takes less than 20 minutes. I usually try to send it over at least a day before or a few days before, depending on how our scheduling matched up. JM kind of works on the next part. She usually talks to the guests and like will coordinate with them for the most part, to figure out, what time works best for everybody. And then we hop on camera. We film it, of course. I do the initial like editing, like I take out if it's any like we're messing with the camera or like if it freezes or something, like I'll take out those parts. And then I email it to JM and she can like say what she does.
Okay, so since I can start off with Sister Talks. So like she said, it's a partnership, so it's pretty easy. It's more it's less work. It's like it's relaxing because you don't feel like everything is relying on you. So I do enjoy having partners with business. So I do more of like the graphic design, the visual aspect, and she's like the end of the behind the scenes where she edits the video, sends the edit video to me, and then I put in the edit like graphic things that you'll see on the podcast, like the words that you'll see here. I'll add that just to show you like an example or like a picture popping up or something, I do that. And I do like the flyers or like just putting out what guest is going to be on there. Pretty simple. I learned that from my Lotus Culture business, so it was like easy to just translate over here, and I'm sure she could do it too, but it's like I don't have to worry about the outline. I don't really have to worry about like the back end stuff. Like obviously if she edit the video and she has something left in there that she didn't catch, I could do it or whatever like that, but I don't really do it. I don't have to. But yeah, so it's like basically I do the graphic design and like the posting on the social media and like adding the videos, and she do like the back end work. So I love having a partner because it doesn't all fall on me. And the guests, it depends on who guest it is. Like she'll talk to her people. I'll probably send over a pre, text message or, like, I don't want to say contract because we ain't paying nobody or nothing like that, but just like a break what is being to be expected on the episode or whatever it is. So it depends on which guest it is, But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's real easy having a partner. So I don't know how I would doing it all by myself, getting all the guests, everything. Yeah. So thank you for all that you do for Sister Talks. I really, truly appreciate it.
Thank you. Because I'm sure if I really, really tried, I could learn how to do like the graphic design aspects. But I don't know how to do any of that. And the flyers are always cute. There's cutouts, designs, and stuff. If you guys ever see a Transparent Blends flyer, it's just words. So fancy cutouts or anything. So I do like that. Maybe one day I'll learn. But I don't have to today.
So for Lotus Culture, it's online, so it's easier. It's not like I have to clock in, go to work, set up or anything like that. So I order whatever I want from my vendors, and we might have a photo shoot, and then we put it out there. And just like that, it's just really simple. And if we get an order, we just pull from the order. Everything's pretty much like in order. So it's pretty easy. And provision is the same way. It's more, actually, I'm lying. It's more custom with provision because it's a brand itself. So I do it all by myself. I sew the stitching on it, everything. So that takes a lot of work, but I've made it easier over the years because you basically order what I have. I started off as a custom where they tell me what colors they want on a shirt or whatever design they want, and I'll do it like that. But that got kind of like hectic, or like even sometimes people order something and didn't pay for it. So it's like, this is what I have. If you like it, order it. And that's it. So yeah, it's pretty simple. I got the hang of it. You get better and better as the years go. You find out easier ways to do a lot of different stuff. You learn to save money with a lot of stuff as well. And that's pretty much it. So the next topic that we're gonna hit on is handling outside situations, such as handling criticism and feedback, or just help from other people outside of your partnership, like just advice or something. How do you handle that?
When I first launched my business, or when I first was like talking about my business with like close friends and family, everyone was like, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. And it was like, so obviously, like I said, I hand make the stuff. So it takes a minute to just learn about it. So it was like, they were saying like, you should do it. And it was like nothing negative. I think it was like lip balms, body butters, like all this type of stuff. Which I have tried to make some of that stuff, just like experimenting, but it just takes a while. So I just think that some people don't realize that it takes a minute. Like if I could launch with a whole line of stuff, I would. But like I perfected, or to my knowledge, I perfected candles and soaps, and then now I perfected like wax melts. But that was the only thing I heard in the beginning. I was just like, like it takes a minute. Like I worked on for about 5 to 6 months before I sold anything. Like I practiced making this stuff. For as far as outside people, like I think we said it before, we've only had 1 or like 2 issues, like getting like a guest or whatever, or like miscommunication, or they weren't ready, something like that. We've only had about like 1 or 2 issues with that. We've actually been pretty lucky, in my opinion, now that I look back on like how many guests we've had and how many episodes we did in season 1. We only had like 2 issues with the guests, like communication or timing or scheduling. So we've been pretty lucky. We've been pretty organized, in my opinion, on, like working with people and getting them on the show and stuff. So we haven't ran into too many bumps. Hopefully I didn't jinx it. But
yeah. For me, with the Lotus Culture, I really didn't get too much bad feedback. Just when I first launched, obviously I'm more on the curvier side, but not like heavy. So we didn't start off with like plus size, but I always wanted to, add that on. And, first putting it out, a lot of people's like, oh, you need to add plus size. You need this, you need that, whatever. And it's like Tatiana said, I'm going to get there. If I could just start off with everything I want, I would, but it takes time. Like, yeah, I'm not making the clothes, but I'm paying for it. I don't just buy something and put it out. If it's not a good product, I'm not putting it out. If it's like cheap, I'm not putting it out, or like whatever. So it's like, it takes time with stuff. So that was pretty much it with that. We didn't never have too many problems about people complaining about like prices and stuff, because we're pretty affordable. So that was it with that. I didn't really have any problem with provision. A lot of people supported as soon as we came out. Everybody loved Chris, so it was, it wasn't a problem. And with Sister Talk, like Tatiana said, we've been very fortunate. Like we have great friends and loved ones that are happy to be on our episode. They actually ask us, like, "Oh, when I'm be on the, you know, podcast or whatever." So it's pretty dope to have support in that aspect because a lot of people are like camera shy and stuff like that. So, but we've been real fortunate with that. But other than that, I think it's pretty cool. I don't know about like the outside, but I don't listen to the noise. It ain't paying my bills and stuff. So I don't really know what they're saying, but I'm just thinking about like close friends and family, like little stuff they say, or like that's it.
But yeah, when you guys launched the Lotus Culture Closet, I'm already like an average, I guess, average size person. And then so I was able to find stuff, but some of my sisters on my dad's side are like more curvier, plus size women. But now they offer everything, and I think the prices, like I shop a lot on Fashion Nova and Pretty Little Thing, and the prices are like basically the same to me.
Yeah, thanks for supporting us as well. If I haven't said that already, appreciate, you being even just a model for us, like taking pictures and stuff. Like everything helps when you start a business, like all support helps, just the sharing post and just telling somebody like, oh, you talking to somebody, oh, my sister sell candles. I've told my boyfriend family that my sister do soap and she like goat milk based soap. So I told her like, oh, my sister uses that or whatever in her ingredients or whatever. So just I feel like we're fortunate, and I just know like obviously it's not where I want it to be, but I know it's gonna get there. Patience is key.
Now I'm gonna close it out, or we're gonna close it out. I just have one more question, and the question is: knowing all that you know now, what would you do differently, or would you do anything differently?
Probably with Lotus Culture when it was more so me. My sister, she was like, oh, don't buy, let's not buy too much. I just went crazy. It was like I told you before, I had a shopping problem. So yeah. So I wouldn't get too much inventory at one time because we don't have like a storefront and we are like an online boutique. So like storage is like hard when you don't have like a storefront or you have storage space or whatever. So I would minimize some of the things that the products I get or whatever. Other than that, nothing.
I think knowing what I know now, I don't know if it's like what I would do differently, but for Sister Talks, we kind of, I think by the first episode, we already had our dynamic on like who did what. So I think going forward, when we do our cooking stuff with all of our other siblings, just knowing like what different people like are capable of, and like, knowing what each person can like do and bring to like the cooking channel thing. So yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. But basically just before we start, before we film our first video or whatever, just knowing what like people might be good at. Now I know that JM is like good at like putting or like creating like intros and outros and stuff and doing like little edits like that. And then I obviously take out all the bits and pieces and stuff like that. So I think that's what I've learned, it's what I like when it goes like into like a partnership. But yeah, so sadly, we're at the end of another episode of Sister Talks. Make sure to tune in, usually on Sundays, Sister Talks Sundays, of course. It's available on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. If you follow our Instagram, we usually post about midweek on what the topic is going to be for that Sunday. But yeah, bye guys.